Welcome back to Purpose Built. On today's episode, we're going to jump into the fuel tank, going to clean all the rust out of it, fix the fuel sender. Let's get into it. So with the fuel tank, we're going to do some stuff that I haven't really wanted to show on YouTube just because it's a little bit dangerous. So I'm working with a little bit of acid and some water. I'm gonna sit it outside, let it do its thing, and tomorrow morning we should be able to wash it all out and it should be sparkly new inside, and then we can run through rust treatment. So I went through and bought a branded one, I'll show you in a second, and it just washes it all out afterwards and preps the inside and then paints the inside. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to paint it still. I just get all these mixed reviews on it all falls off and falls apart and stuff like that, so might just prep all the inside. I've done it before where I've just prepped it and it's stayed pretty nice and clean, so might give it a go. Let's go. In here, fill it to the brim, cap it all off, let it sit for about 12 hours or so, and maybe even longer. Might leave a bit longer than that. I'll show you what's inside the tank. It's a little bit crusty and rusty and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's the plan for today. Gonna pour some acid, make a good petrol tank. Let's give it a go. So to get the tank ready to chuck all the acid in and everything else, made up this little fella and use the old gasket that goes on the fuel sender. So him, some bolts, and we'll chuck it in on the side here. I've chucked the hose on the breather pipe. On the top here, I want to leave it upright so I can pour as much if I can in to keep all the bubbles and air coming out, so it fills up as much of the fuel tank as I can. And also for the bottom, I have this little bit, which is just what they normally use, but I've just welded up the bottom. So it's going on here. Tighten that bit up. Chuck this piece on, fill it up, and then we can get on to doing the fuel sender. Up really nicely. I'm not going to show you guys how to do it just because dumb people on the internet. But yeah, worked out really well. I tried to get a before photo, but I just could not get the right spot. But it looked pretty much similar to this, and now it looks like this. So I'm really happy actually. I'm still trying to work out if I want to coat the inside or not. Some people say it's a good idea, some people say they fail, so I'm going to do a bit more reading up, but it's really nice and clean. But now I'm going to pull these bits off. We're going to chuck it in front of the fire because it's a bit cold today, and just cook out the water of it because there's a little bit of water in there after washing the acid out. Yeah, and then we'll get into doing the fuel sender. Tank is clean, and I left that stuff in there too long and it ate the little cast fitting, so as you see now, and we're welded. And so we got this one. So it's just a little -6 weld on. So just I'll screw the other one up. So this one will actually probably work a little bit better. And I just got a little cap on it for now, so I can do all this stuff. So I bought a KBS tank sealing kit. So it comes with the cleaning, the rust killer, and then the paint. And I've used it before. Works really well. This stuff is the most stickiest paint I've ever used. It gets on anything and does not come off. So I'm really not worried about it fallen off in the tank. Also have this piece, which I just want to do the same thing to. It's got a bit of corrosion in it, and the cap, which is pretty bad. But yeah, so I'm going to tighten him up, and I've taped these ones back up, and I'm going to fill up here and get some fancy orange gloves to wear. But yeah, going through the instructions, we mix this 1 to 1, pour it in there, wash it all out. I'm pretty sure it just neutralizes any fuel that's left in it. Even though we haven't got it, I thought, you know what, might as well just follow the instructions for once and fill this, put this in, and then it says wash that out, and then you pour this in and you wash it around and keep turning it. You're meant to leave it in there for an hour, but rotate the tank every 5 minutes. So you get it and then turn it this way, and then leave it for 5 minutes, then turn it this way to let it get into everything, and then wash it out like crazy until the water runs clean, and then we chuck him in it. And so we'll do a little bit of a time lapse of these two in here, the cleaner and the rust killer, and then I'll do a proper video of painting it. So here we go. Okay, after part 1, which was the wash and clean and dry, and I left it over a couple of days just to dry out, and as we can see, if it'll let me in there, oh yeah, so there we go, you can kind of see in there, it gives you like a little bit rusty kind of look, and just from the degreaser and everything else. So next, we're going to go over here, I'm going to chuck this stuff in, it says chuck full strength, all in, and wash it around for no longer than an hour, but at least 20 minutes. So grab that, we'll chuck it in, roll it around, and see what it looks like in about an hour's time. A little bit of hairdryer action. Better not tell the missus because it's not going to be good. But all nice and dry in here. Just air in, hot air in here. Leave this one off so it's got somewhere to vent, so it's not trying to block it all up. And then just took all the cap off the bottom, little vent up the top, just to get all the air out, get any water out and stuff like that. And now this one. So it says pour the can in, rotate it around and get all the sides wet, and then drain any excess out. So quickly gonna chuck this back on and pour that in there and wash it all around and see what happens. Okay, there we go, all done. So I ended up leaving the tank over there, sitting on the body stand, just dropping the rest of the paint coming out of the outlet, and it's still dripping away. It's starting to go off, but I didn't want to disturb it, and but I really want to get this episode finished. So this is the fuel cap that I ended up painting up. I don't think I showed you in the time lapses. There's me washing this piece. But what I did do is I painted the inside. So the really shiny silver bit is the paint for the for the tank, and it is ridiculously hard. So I ended up spilling a little bit on the edge of the cap that I had to sand off before I painted it black, and it took me forever, like super hard, which it really makes me think that it's going to be really good. And as I said, I have used it before, but I have never actually had to sand it away or anything else like that, and it's ridiculously hard. Like, it took me quite a while to get it off the side of the cap when it was only just a dribble. So awesome, almost done. I didn't really get any, not really going to show you any more videos because you've seen what it's doing and it's just dripping paint out, but really nice ending. And as in the video I did talk about doing a fuel sender. What I'm going to do is just going to add a link to the description, because I did one and then I was like, okay, cool, that means I can do it, so I'll do another one on camera. And the one I did on camera was absolutely horrible. So this is a sender. You pull, this bit sits on the top there, and then this bit floats up and down and tells you the fuel level. But what happens is there's two wires that run, one off this side, one off this side, and go up and over, holding onto a little plastic piece that's not here at the moment, and runs between this piece. So as this goes up and down, it changes the resistance down here. And it just didn't work. When I was soldering up the top here, if it would focus, the solder just wasn't going where I wanted it to. I drilled and tapped a hole, which is what you need to do so you can make it earth properly, because the connection between the copper piece in the middle and the aluminium piece starts to decay a little bit. So you drill a hole, tap it, run a bolt, and as you can see, there's like a little wire that runs from this bolt on the back side up onto where the sender needs to be earthed. And it all just didn't take well, and so the resistance when I tested it was horrible. So I've gone back to the other one, and I haven't really shown the clip because it doesn't work. So I'll add the description, I'll add the link in the bottom. It's a really nice link from an internet thread. That is where I got the information to do this one. But yeah, everything worked out in the end really. So I have a sender that's going to work, and I can bolt all that in and not have any problems. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that's the end of this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Cheers.